end of an era. About half of these kids have attended LCA their entire lives, some of them 11 years. But whether they've been here that long or just since March, Monica, tonight we mark this rite of passage as they leave grade school behind and move on to the exciting world of high school.
Thanks for coming tonight. We hope you enjoy the program.
Before I say prayer, I just want to thank you all for coming tonight. Now please join me as I open up in prayer. Dear Jesus, thank you for everything that you've done, including letting us all graduate, because that's a miracle in itself. Please help us as we leave tonight and as we go up to high school and start making our way through this world. Help us to live a life that you would be proud of. Please help us make wise decisions in the world and have a bright and full future. Amen. Amen.
Hello everyone. We are now going to be presenting a slideshow of our lives leading up to this point. This slideshow was made by Kate Bird, who happens to be my sister. Enjoy.
Hi, my name is Colton Anderson. We're going to start off the Rose speech. I have a pretty amazing family. Uncle Rafat, Aunt Bonnie. Thank you guys for introducing me into skiing. Ever since I was 3 years old, I had some great times on the mountain. To my cousins, Kenna, I love how you're always down to play What Are the Odds? Like when we jumped in the river at midnight in the middle of December. That was pretty crazy. Caleb, we've done some wild stuff together, but most of all, really love your confidence in God and how well you share that with others. Love you, bro. Haley, I love how easy it is to talk to you about girls, and also your funny pickup lines. Love you. To my grandparents, Grandpa Greg, Grandpa Greg, Mumu, Papa, Grandpam, thank you guys for encouraging me and loving me unconditionally. Shout out to my boys, Joby, Nikki, Jaden, and Dominic. Mom and Dad. Mom, whether it's making Dad and I's breakfast or going on a cross-country trip from Idaho to Mississippi, you're very kind and adventurous. We love you. Dad, I also truly admire your confidence in yourself and in God, especially the way you spread His word. Love you, man.
Hello. My name is Jaden Wold, and I'm here to give roses to people who have been very important and a special part of my life. Now, I'm going to start this list of people off with my parents. My parents have been amazing throughout my life, as you know, they're my parents. And my mom has always been a really hard worker and really inspiring for me. And my dad, he's just really helped me spiritually and given me an example of the dad I want to be when I'm older. My second rose I'm giving goes to my sister, Jensen. Jensen, has always been there for me through the hard times, and I love her to death. Jensen, you're the best sister I could ask for. Now for my third rose. This rose is a repayment of last year's graduation. This third rose goes to Aiden Buck. Aiden really deserves this rose. He's a really important person in my life, and only for the past 2 years, which is insane, and he's just a really good guy. Now, my fourth rose, I'm giving it to Anthony Hunter. Anthony has been such a big part of my life for the past, since I was 3. Whether it was staying late at aftercare or just being there for me, Anthony, he's been like my second dad. There are also more people I'd like to give roses to, but I can't, so I'm going to mention Colin, Graham, Nick, and Joby. These four, they've really been great friends, and they've always been there for me. These guys are awesome. Now, I got 6 roses, so I got one last rose. This goes to Delilah. Delilah's the best. She's been a big part of my life for almost a year now, and she's amazing. Delilah, she's a really special girl to me, and I'm so lucky to have gotten to know her and still continuing to get to know her. Delilah, thank you. Thank you to all these people who have been in my life, and there's plenty more I'd like to mention, so thank you to everyone who's helped me throughout my life. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Jameson Payne, and I've attended LCA since first grade. After 8 years, I have a bittersweet feeling about leaving for high school. While I'm excited to start this new chapter, I'm also sad to leave because of the memories and experiences I've had here. So I would like to thank a couple people who have helped shape me into the person I am today. First, to my mom. Mom, you work hard all day and then come home and take care of us. Your unconditional love and dedication makes you a superhero in my eyes, always going above and beyond. Second, to my dad. You bring fun into our lives and work hard and support us, especially with my ski racing. Both you and Mom have set an excellent example of who I should strive to be in the future. Third, to my brothers. We constantly push each other to be better, whether it's playing 1v1 in the backyard or debating who's better, Jason Tatum or Steph Curry. By the way, it's Steph. Fourth, to my grandparents who live in Coeur d'Alene. You make every sleepover an adventure. From pranks to kitchen science experiments, I'm very lucky to have you guys and cherish the memories we've made. And to my grandparents that live in Lodi, although we don't see each other every day, the memories we've made together are priceless. I'm very glad you were able to make the trip and be here with us today. Lastly, before I finish, I want to give Anthony this Red Bull. Anthony, you've built a very special relationship with our class, always joking around and being a fun, chill guy. We've really enjoyed having you at LCA. Thank you all for everything. I'm grateful for the support and love that has surrounded me in these past 8 years. Here's to new beginnings and cherished memories. Thank you.
Hi, I am Andy Rao. The first people I'd like to give a rose to are my parents, brother, and my nanny for supporting me and giving me awesome opportunities. Next, I would like to thank my Nana and Poppy for great food, fun on the water, and always being willing to help with whatever. I would like to thank my grandma and grandpa for glacier trips, Montana adventures, and pie. I would like to thank Anthony as well for having lots of fun with us and being ready to substitute whenever. I can't give roses to all my friends, but I would like to thank Graham, Reef, Joby, Colton, Nick, Jamison, Ranger, and Jaden for helping make this school year a lot more fun.
Okay. Hi everyone, I'm Joby Stam. I would like to give a rose to my parents for everything that you've done. I wish I could give you guys a whole bouquet because that's what you guys deserve. Noah, thank you for everything wise you have taught me and for making me a better person. You have made me the happiest brother in the world. I couldn't have asked anything better of you. This one goes out to my best friend Cade. You always make me laugh and even make the day better. Even though whenever we have an idea, something usually gets broken. Camber and Landon, thanks for helping in my book projects at midnight and the night before, even waking up early, which we all know you hate, to help me with the sentence structure of my essays. Thanks for always staying true to you and always challenging me to be the best me. Anthony, now this one's special. Thanks for always making me laugh and even cry. You have basically been a brother. You have always helped me with my homework and in making sure I understand it. That's why I'm giving you this Red Bull.
Hello, my name is Graham Bird. Today, I would like to thank some very important people in my life. My first rose I would like to give to my parents. My mom has always been there for me and encouraging me, whether it's taking time off work to make it to my games or encouraging me to do my homework when I just want to go to bed. She has always made my family laugh and makes life a lot more fun. My dad has taught me and showed me what it's like to lead and live a Christian life and showed me an insane work ethic, which means having me help him with house projects that I want nothing to do with. But he also has always been someone that would be up for a fun challenge. My next rose I would like to give to my brother, who is not just my sibling, but he is also my best friend. He is always trying to make me laugh and most of the time succeeds. He has also very generously provided me with a high pain tolerance. I would like to give my next rose to my sister. She is one of the people in my life that has guided me through my Christianity. She is always in a good and very energetic mood. You know when she's around because you'll hear her. Next, I would like to give a rose to my grandma and papa. They have always given us unending love and care. I can thank them for some of my best childhood memories. Also, thank you for allowing me and my siblings to destroy your living room by making pillow forts so we could pretend we were in underground tunnels. My next rose I would like to give to my grandpa and Baga. They have had such a big impact on my life spiritually in ways I can't explain. I always enjoyed our after-church hikes and time in nature, and nothing can beat a home-cooked meal made by Baga. Lastly, I would like to say thank you to my sons. They have made my time at LCA so much better. They are always making me laugh. It is never a dull moment when I'm around you guys. I couldn't ask for a better group to finish out the year with. Also, I would like to give my Red Bull to Anthony. He has been there for most of us for as long as we can probably remember at this school. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ellie Fleming, and I would like to thank some very special people who have helped me throughout the years. Mom, for always making any day better. You help me fix problems, and you always help me if I am in need. You always find a way to make me laugh. Todd, for stepping up to be my American dad. He drives me daily to and from school and helps me with my homework. He knows how to fix broken things, and he often educates me on music from his time. Aunt Sonia, we are oceans apart, but she still shows much support and is encouraging of all that I do. Whenever Mom would work late, my aunt would take time out of her day to look after me and my brother. She would pick us up after school and help us finish our homework. Dad, even though we're on the opposite side from the world from each other, we still manage to stay connected. Our chats mean a lot, and I can't wait to see you soon. Grandparents, for all three grandparents that support and encourage my Christian education. They've helped financially contribute, and I feel lucky to be in a family with such a strong foundation of faith. Thank you.
My name is Reef Foss. First, I want to give a rose to my mom and a rose to my dad. Everything I have, I can thank them for. A nice place to live, plenty of food, and plenty of other things I take for granted. They always take time out of the day for me. Next, I want to give a rose to each of my best friends, Andy and Graham. I've had a lot of great times with both of them, monster hunting, airsoft wars, and trampoline challenges. I'm definitely excited to go to UCA with them shortly. Lastly, I'm giving a Red Bull to Anthony. He's been a good friend of our class for many years, supervising us in aftercare and substituting us when the teachers are sick. We've had many memories with them over the years.
Hi, I'm Monica Gonzalez. These are some people I would like to thank. First of all, thank you Delilah and Jam for always being there for me, making me laugh when I need it. Thanks for all the memories too. Even though we don't always get along, we'll always be friends. Thanks Lizzie for being a great sister, for always having a smile on your face and bringing a little joy into this world. Thank you Grandma and Grandpa for being an inspiration in my life and an incredible source of love. I'm so grateful to be able to call you my grandparents. Thank you, Dad, for everything that you've given me, for every sacrifice you've made. Thank you for guiding me through life, and thank you for your constant love and support. Last but not least, thanks, Mom, for always inspiring me to strive to be a better person. Thank you for everything you do for me. Thank you for always being so selfless and kind. Thank you for encouraging me when I need it, and most of all, thank you for loving me.
Hello, my name is Ranger Hervig, and I would like to thank all the people that have been throughout my life helping me. My first rose goes to my mom for always being there helping me with my homework at midnight when it's due tomorrow. And also for my dad for being there, taking me camping, going on biking trips, and all that. My third rose goes to my sister, Ava, for all the times she's helped me with all the projects and all the times we've been driving around listening to music. My fourth rose goes to my Uncle Peter for all the times we hang out and watch boxing matches. My fifth rose goes to my papa for always being there, letting us have sleepovers and taking us to McDonald's. And finally, I have a Red Bull for Anthony for always being there and putting up with our shenanigans. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Nicholas Smith McKenna. I have been going to LCA for 11 years. Throughout my time here, I have learned a lot and also grew a lot, making memories and meeting amazing people on the way. So, to start things off, I would like to give my first rose to my mom and stepdad. You guys have taught me many lessons and helped me be the person I am today. For my second rose, I would like to give it to my dad. I have looked up to you ever since I was young. You are super funny, and you helped me be the athlete and young man I have become. For my third rose, I would like to give it to Anthony. Anthony, you have been a big part of my life for as long as I can remember. I have spent so much time with you, if it were before school care, after school care, or you teaching. You've played a big role in my life, and I can't thank you enough for what you've done for me. I can't split roses between all my friends, but I want to say thank you to all my brothers and Babby, Joby, Reef, Andy, and Graham. You guys have been amazing friends, whether it is playing taser or talking about life or doing homework. Thank you guys for being a part of my life. I for sure am gonna miss you. Then I have roses for my two best friends, Putin and Babasita, or Colton and Jaden. Where do I start with you guys? You guys are both amazing. We have been there for each other, whether it be in the hot tubs or at school. I have some of my favorite memories, whether it is getting some random poop wiped on me by Colton or Jaden showering in the sink and us dipping our heads in the toilet yesterday. You guys are so awesome, and I couldn't ask for better friends. Thank you all for being in my life. Finally, for my last rose, I would like to give it to Ashley. Ever since you used to babysit me when I was a toddler, I have been glad you have been in my life ever since. You've had a big impact on me and what I've done, and I'm so happy you all are in my life.
My name is Ellie Whalen. I want to say a couple of thank yous to some people for who I am grateful for. First, I'd like to thank my aunt and my cousins. They have been always there for me when I needed them. I'd like to thank my family. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have been able to be at Lake City Academy. Third, I'd like to thank Mr. Zimmerman. He has ensured that we are safe and have a good education and has always made everybody's day. I'd like to thank Colton Anderson for being a wonderful friend. I hope we continue to be good friends as we start our new adventure at Genesis Prep. Last but not least, I'd like to thank my papa and Nana. They have always been a listening ear, ready to encourage me through life. I'd like also to thank Anthony. He has been a good friend to take to any and hang out with us during his time with us at LCA.
For our 8th grade graduation, we chose Anthony Hunter to be our speaker. Anthony went to LCA as a student and worked here as a staff member. Anthony worked here the whole time we were at LCA, after school care, and was later a substitute teacher this year. Our class has built a special relationship with Anthony from having fun and joking around. So without further ado, Anthony Hunter.
Hello, everyone. My name is Anthony Hunter. For those of you who don't know who I am, prior to this year, I ran the after-school care program here at Lake City Academy, and I did so for the last 9 years. Through this program is where I had met most of these kids. First, let me say by saying congratulations to the students and to the parents. You've officially made it to the halfway mark in your educational journeys. In all seriousness, it's an absolute honor for me to be speaking here today. As an educator, these are the experiences that matter the most to me. There will never be an assessment or a metric that I will ever be judged on as a teacher that can measure the inspiration or an impact that I leave on a student. There is no award greater than being asked to speak at something like this. So thank you for thinking so highly of me. It truly is an honor for me to be here. This class is really special to me. When I first started working here, one of the aforementioned additional roles that I had taken on was the kindergarten aide. For those of you who have been around that long, you know that there's a lot of overlap between kindergarten and preschool when it comes to how the day is structured, even sharing things like breaks and recess. And back then, there was a lot more overlap. Coincidentally, that was also the same year that a handful of these kids were in preschool and in kindergarten. So my first year working in education, as I was really learning how to conduct myself professionally, how to interact with students, and really just learning myself, these kids were there. A couple years later, I was moved into the first grade aide position, and again, these kids were there. A few years after that, I started aiding for Anita in 3rd and 4th grade, and, which you may have guessed, conveniently lined up with the exact time that these kids were in 3rd and 4th grade. Even this year, after I had decided to resign from my previous position here at the school, I ended up coming back for 2 months to sub these kids in their math and science. This was my first experience in a long-term sub job with middle schoolers. So one of the big reasons why this class is so special to me is that they've also been here for me my entire professional career. I've seen a lot of these 8th grade classes come and go, but this is the first class that I will have seen go from start to finish. This is the first class that I will have seen go from preschoolers to graduating 8th grade. I've seen these kids grow up. I've seen them grow into their personalities as individuals and grow into being young adults. This is a first for me, and it's something that I don't think a lot of educators get to experience, and I'm very grateful that I get to experience it. Colton, I've seen you grow from being an incredibly shy kid into a confident young man with genuinely one of the best work ethics I've ever seen. You've never had anything come easy for you, but you're consistently one of the hardest working individuals I've ever met. I've never once heard you say you couldn't do something, even when it was something you struggled with. Lily, a lot of people have the misconception that you're quiet because you're shy, but I'm here to expose you. Lily's not shy. She's just quiet. Lily is incredibly smart and extremely witty. If you say something dumb, you best believe Lily will have some smart comment for you. She thinks very well on her feet, and she thrives under pressure. Ranger might possibly be the individual solely responsible for why I'm up to date on any internet slang at all. And while I still don't really get the obsession with Ohio, I really do appreciate that he's always trying to make sure I'm caught up on everything. And I appreciate that he always wants to include me in any after-school outings and activities. Monica, I'm sorry I don't have more to say about you, but I've only met you once. However, I do know that a lot of these ladies and gentlemen are extremely good judges of character. And I know that they all like you, so that's good enough for me. I wish I would have gotten to know you better. Andy. Andy is incredibly smart, but the biggest thing I always appreciate about him is his honor. Andy will always do the right thing at the end of the day. He owns up to his mistakes and he looks out for others. Additionally, Andy is a leader. Andy is good at convincing his peers to follow him when it comes to doing the right thing. Nicholas. Oh, Nick. You've come a long way from being that tiny, curly-haired kid with an unhealthy obsession with the Ninja Turtles and the Titanic. Now you're a not-so-tiny, curly-haired kid with an unhealthy obsession with sports and an absolutely insane level of caffeine tolerance. Nick describes his and I's relationship to Alvin and Dave from Alvin and the Chipmunks, which I think is a bigger tell of him rather than it is of me. But regardless, I'm genuinely so proud of how far you've come and the man that you're becoming. Jaden. The biggest thing that I respect about Jaden is his ability to always stand on what he believes is right. Jaden is rarely peer pressured and will go against the crowd if he believes that a way is better. Having strong values at your age is incredible, and it will take you very far in life. Graham. Graham is incredibly in tune with others' thoughts and feelings. He's the person who the rest of these kids typically go to when they need advice. They've often joked that Graham is the class therapist, But in all honesty, he does give some pretty sound advice. Graham is very good at putting himself in other people's shoes and thinking about situations logically when he's not handcuffing people to the play structure. Reef. Reef is effortlessly funny. Additionally, he's also incredibly charismatic. I cannot tell you how infuriating it is when you're working hard trying to keep a group like this on task, only to hear a joke that one of the kids say that actually makes you as the teacher laugh. But at the same time, you can't be mad because the joke was funny. I'd be lying if I told you that this wasn't at least a weekly occurrence with Reef. Joby. Joby is incredibly kind. He always ensures that people are included, and he goes out of his way to make sure that others feel welcomed and appreciated. He embodies the true spirit of kindness in every interaction. Jameson. James is the type of person you always want to have in your corner because he will always stand up for you. He doesn't talk bad about people behind their backs, and he's the first to offer support or a listening ear when you need it most. James consistently demonstrates empathy and compassion, the marks of a true friend. James, you make my earthquake. Ellie. It probably doesn't help that she's been in this class her entire life, but Ellie is incredibly competitive. I've never seen her back down from any challenge, and I've never seen her fail to rise to the occasion. Additionally, Ellie is always the first in line to volunteer help when something needs to be done or someone needs help. She is the person that the rest of her class goes to when they genuinely need help, and she's always willing to help them even when they don't deserve it. This class has been known to be a handful, for lack of better words, and they know it. However, the reason for this, I actually think, is something quite admirable. One of my favorite things about this class is that they genuinely all get along with each other. One of my favorite memories from this year that I feel really drives this point home, earlier this year, probably 2 days into that 2-month sub job, I had attempted to move Lily, who was stuck between Colton and Nicholas, who were being unusually rowdy for the day, which goes to tell you something, given how they normally are. My reason being that she simply needed a break from being stuck in between those two boisterous individuals, only for both Nicholas and Colton to stand up in protest saying, "No way, Lily's one of the boys!" to which was then met by a chorus from the rest of the class shouting, "Yeah!" in agreement. This class has incredibly high energy, and in other classes, when you have this much energy, you can often just separate a couple of kids who are being a little too rambunctious and then carry on with your day. However, with this class, it becomes a lot more difficult because all of them are constantly amping each other up. It doesn't matter which two of them you put together, they're all egging each other on like they've been best friends for their entire lives. It's a dynamic that really does feel unique to this group, and even though it has caused me a headache a time or 20, their us against the world mentality is honestly something really awesome. Prior to working here at Lake City Academy, I was a student myself. I attended Lake City Academy back when it was Lake City Junior Academy from the 7th grade through the 10th grade. This had put me in a really unique position when it came to building relationships with my students after I'd started working. Especially so these last 2 years with this group of kids. Despite the fact that there's almost a 15-year age gap between us, I shared a lot of academic experiences with these kids, including today. I too was once an 8th grader sitting on this very stage wearing fancy clothes that my mom made me wear, complaining about how bright these lights are and how hot they were, listening to a speech given by somebody who my class also looked up to and asked to speak at my 8th grade graduation day. So as you may have guessed, I have attended a lot of these 8th grade graduations, and I've heard a lot of awesome speeches from a lot of awesome individuals. So when this class asked me to speak, I really wanted to try and make sure that I left this class with something special. Originally, when I was asked to speak, I thought maybe the best way I could do that would be to relay some of the information that my speaker gave to me during my 8th grade graduation. However, regretfully, I really don't remember a whole lot from that speech. But what I do remember is the person who gave it. The person who spoke at my 8th grade graduation all those years ago was an incredible woman that some of you may know, Shani McConaughey. Even though I don't remember exactly what she said the night of my graduation, I do remember the kind of woman that she was, and I remember the impact that she had on myself and my peers. I remember Shani being a woman of God, someone who represented Jesus every day in the way that she conducted herself and lived her life. I remember that Shani genuinely cared about all of us, something that as an adult I realize now is an incredibly rare thing to find. She stood on her morals and her principles. She was the type of person that would give her shirt off her back to someone in need. She was the person who really pushed me to pursue education. I'd say that she's at minimum 80% of the reason that I decided to become a teacher and why I'm standing here today. So Shani, if you ever end up hearing this, I'm not sure if the more appropriate response is thank you or gee, thanks a lot. But regardless, I'm genuinely appreciative of everything that you've done for me that's put me on the path to be here today. So even though I don't remember what was said at my graduation, what she left me with was something that, at least in my opinion, is far more valuable. She left me with the memory of somebody that I could aspire towards. She left me with the blueprint of what it meant to be a model citizen. So now, as I come back to today, racking my brain with what I can say to these kids tonight, what I can leave them with as they move on to high school and really grow into adults, I realize that the answer is I don't. The thing that I, Mr. Heald, Mr. Anderson, and all of your previous teachers leave you with is something that cannot be condensed into a single moment like this. It's all the time that we've spent together, all the memories we've made, conversations we've had, and all of your observations of us as individuals that will lead you to your own conclusions as to what you will learn from our experiences. So as I wrap this up, I believe I can speak for all of your past teachers and influences when I say, I hope it isn't just one thing that I might have said or done that you remember me by. Similarly to the way that I remember the woman who spoke at my graduation, I hope that even if you forget everything I've taught you, even if you forget the advice that I've given you, I hope that you will remember me for what I stood for. If you forget my name, please remember my Jesus. Thank you.
First, we'd like to start off, we somehow crazily forgot that we were supposed to give Anthony our Red Bulls.
We forgot the Red Bull.
We are very sorry. So.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. I'm Jaden Wold.
I'm Colton Anderson,
And we are the 8th grade class presidents of 2024. So Colton and I, we had the honor of leading worship in chapel throughout this entire year. So we thought it'd be fitting to start our part of the program with the first song that we ever performed up here. So we're going to start off with that.
Worship His holy name. soul will sing your grace unending. 10,000 years and then for heart to find. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul, worship His holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul, I worship your holy name. And on that day when my strength is failing, the end draws near and my time has come, still my soul will sing your praise unending. 10,000 reasons for my heart to find. So bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul, worship His holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul, I'll worship your holy name. I will worship your holy name. Thank you guys for coming tonight and being a part of our celebration. We really appreciate, love you guys. Thank you for coming out and being with us for the last couple of years. Really appreciate it, guys.
Now, our primary role tonight is to speak directly to our 8th grade class. You'll hear us say their name, their nickname, and yes, everybody in our class has nicknames. It's kind of our thing, and just something we really appreciate and love about them. Now, guys, when you hear your name, I need you to stand up. All right?
Joby. Bobby Bobias. We love how easily you laugh and how contagious it really is.
Graham. Our babby. We just love how outgoing you are and the energy you bring. We just love how you seize every moment.
Nicholas, affectionately known as Nicky. Oh man, we really appreciate your confidence and your energy you bring to sports.
Ellie, otherwise known as Belly. We love how courageous you are, and we love how courageous you've become this year. We also appreciate the work that you've done in chapel.
Lily, our beloved
Billy.
We really appreciate how talkative you are,
Hey,
and
bro, what?
oh shoot, my bad. I meant to say we really appreciate your patience in putting up with us and your calm, quiet spirit. Note to self: watch out when Lily has a Nerf gun.
Ranger, otherwise known as Wanger. We just love your skills out of Fortnite, and we love how determined you are, man.
Oh shoot, where we at? Oh, Jameson. Jamie. Oh man, we really love how kind you are and how quick you are to help others, and we admire your confidence in ski racing.
Andy, Randy, we hereby dub thee the smartest kid in our class. We aspire to your intelligence.
Monica, Bo Nikwa. Oh man, we really appreciate you being a part of our class, and we truly believe if you can survive us, you'll be able to survive UCA.
Reef, otherwise known as Beef. You know, everyone in our class is somewhat funny, but you're in a class of your own. It's just your funny, like random, quirky humor. It's kept our class entertained over the years. And I'd just like to say, on behalf of Graham and I forgive you for assaulting us with weeds at Myvedon and at school. And also, I forgive you for my stuffed hamster.
Jaden, Babasita, and I really admire your carefree spirit, man, and your positivity. Props to you for helping take care of your sister's crazy bird, and thanks for being my friend, man. Love you.
Colton, big Bubba. No, I just love how much of a cool guy you are, how dependable you are. Like, I could just come to you with anything. And yeah, I just really love you, man. And also, it's been an honor being 8th grade class president alongside you. And I'm thank you for letting me do this with you, man. I love you.
Love you, man.
Now, we've experienced a lot of life together at LCA over the years. Whether it was surviving a global pandemic or the unspeakable 7th grade year.
There's also plenty of good times. For example, when we went to Seattle on our class trip, that was really fun. And going to Camp Iveden and playing Taser. We'd like to take a moment to highlight our favorite memories.
Now, I'm going to start us off with our first memory here. So this happened back in 6th grade, and it happened at Iveden. Now, all of us, we call this the Wednesday night. So this Wednesday night at Iveden, it wasn't a particular, it was a very special night at Iveden. Now, if you've ever been to Iveden, it's a camp, and they have these big cabins, they have decks on the cabins. Now, on this night, we decided we're going to sleep out on the deck, and I don't know what our problem was, but we were all scared out of our minds. We'd see a shadow or any movement of any sort, and we all freak out and go, "Woo!" and all that. Yeah, we were scared for no reason. And I saw a lot of things that night and heard a lot of people say a lot of things that night that I can never forget. Yeah, it was pretty fun looking back on it now. Now, this guy, Nick, over here, he had this flashlight, and we're over here in this cabin, and there's a cabin up here. So he's taking his flashlight, and we're like, oh, there's blood in the window, there's blood in the window. And he's got his flashlight, and he's like shining it up in the window. And what we later find out is this was the girls' cabin. Mrs. Maycumber over there, she wasn't exactly pleased with us that we were just shining our lights up in their girls' cabin. And yeah, looking back on it now, it's funny. Back to Colton.
Yeah, that's crazy. But another good one. At the end of last year, we had a lake day on Lake Coeur d'Alene, and boy, let me tell you, that day was wild. It all started when we first rolled up, and we were told that we would have access to paddle boats and paddle boards. Then we had the crazy idea to have World War III on the water for 3 hours. That was kind of insane. We'd get in little groups and go invade each other's boats. It was insane. But after all that, we would come back to the shore and we had some lunch. But then personally, my favorite part is when some insanely crazy reason, we convinced Jaden to get a buzz cut and shave his head in front of like all the 7th and 8th graders. And just for reference, it was way longer than this. It was like, you couldn't even see his ears. So yeah, that day was crazy, but definitely for one of the best days of school last year.
Yeah, I remember that memory firsthand. A buzz cut's not a good look on me, let's just say it like that. I had cuts from a razor. I didn't know you could get cuts from a razor like that. It hurt a lot. Now, my second memory. So this actually happened earlier this year. It happened with our time with Anthony, our 2 months that he was subbing for us. Now, Mr. Anderson, he has this Nerf gun in his classroom. So I'm just going to elaborate on what Colin said earlier. No, don't give Lily a Nerf gun. So Anthony, he gives Lily this Nerf gun and says, you can shoot anybody if they do anything wrong. Now, I don't know what the sense of wrong or justice is here, because I swear I'd take a step and you go and shoot us. So Lily, she got a little trigger happy with that Nerf gun. And I don't know how many of you guys got shot. I know I got shot, Colin got shot. How many of you guys got shot?
Yeah, dude, no, I regret teaching her how to like aim, dude. It was bad.
Yeah, Colin taught her the ways of aiming the Nerf gun. That's a bad idea. But yeah, it's funny looking back on it now. Back to Colin.
As you can see, some of our really good memories happen outside of school. Like the time that a couple of us guys decided to go camp out in the woods Halloween night. So it was really good. Dark forest, campfire, junk food. So most of us do really good when we have junk food. This guy over here does not do so well when he has junk food. And it was an epic night planned. It was going great. It wasn't until around 3 a.m. So I woke up to Nick shaking me, and he's like, "Bro, Jaden's throwing up." I go, "Huh?" He's like, "Jaden's throwing up." Dude, I look over and I see Jaden just laying on his face with his head hanging out the flap going, dude, it was so funny. Then I was so out of it, I sent poor Baba all the way to the campfire, which was 50 feet away.
It was snowing.
And it was snowing. So after all that, we made our way back up to the house, and in the morning, I was informed that Jaden, when he was trying to make his way to the flap, because he knew he was about to throw up, he had forgotten that when we were setting up, we had put this giant wooden pole in the middle of the canopy. So when he jumped for the flap, he ran straight into the pole and halfway knocked himself out, and then had an army crawl all the way to the flap. But that was really good. And needless to say, that was definitely one of the funniest Halloweens ever, but probably not for G.
Yeah, I don't know if good's the right word to describe that. That hurt a lot. Look, I knew I was gonna throw up, and I ran for it, and then I hit the pole. that hurt a lot. My head hurt a lot for a long period of time after that. I had a headache for a bit, but I didn't throw up in the tent, and that's what mattered.
I'm gonna close this out in a few words. There's so many more memories we could share tonight, and our connection with each other is really strong, or kind of like family. In some ways it's sad to see us separate, but in other ways it's pretty cool to move on to our next chapter, and it'll be pretty cool. Whether you're going to Genesis Prep or Lake City or UCA, I encourage you guys to invite God to be a part of your new adventures. And he'll always be there for you. So I encourage you guys to invite him in. And just want to say thank you guys. School would not have been the same without you guys. That was definitely my favorite reason of waking up every morning and coming to school, was to see you guys. So thank you guys for everything. Thank you, LCA, teachers, family, and friends. We really love you guys.
We love you guys. Now, hold up. Now, so this is a little bit of a surprise. I'd like to invite Mr. Heald to the stage. Now, Mr. Heald, Colton, he's off to get a special surprise for you.
Great.
Now, okay, so I got a question for you. I'm putting you on the spot here. So, you've heard...
What are the odds?
No, not what are the odds. So, you've heard all the things that we've said about our classmates.
Yes.
And we just like to ask you, I'm putting you on the spot here. Could you give us 3 words to describe our class over the past 2 years that you've had us, but just 1 year's 8th graders? 3 words, you're on the spot. Go.
Right? Loving. Inappropriate. Yeah, it's Kevin. All right. Yeah, energetic. Yeah. All right. Loving, inappropriate, energetic. Those are my words. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, we got loving up there, so that's a good.
That's true.
Okay.
Well, the other thing, I mean, every story that there has been no exaggeration or hyperbole or anything. Like every story, including the one about the poop and the toilets and everything, all of that is actually true.
Yeah, it's all true. It's amazing. That's what I like to describe it. I don't know if you describe it as that, but it's amazing.
Amazing is not the word I would use.
Okay, I think Colton's got your gift. All right. So, he's coming. All right, thank you, Mr. Heald. Thanks for being our hero, our superhero. Thank you, Mr. Heald. Thanks for being our hero, our superhero. So,
Thank you, Mr. Heald, for being our hero and sticking with us with the ups and downs. We really appreciate you, man.
and for those of you who don't know what the finger thing, that's a haiku.
Yes.
Yeah, see, we learned something this year. Yeah. Oh, yes. Thank you, Mr. Heald.
Thank you.
Okay. No, you stay up here. I'd like to invite Mrs. Heald to come up as well. So, of all the things about this class, guys, that he can say what he wants about you, but let me say something about you guys. I'm super proud of you guys. You know why? Because it took you guys 1 year to graduate from 8th grade. It has taken Mr. Heald 20 years to graduate from 8th grade, and he's finally graduating to Academy, so congratulations. We have a certificate for you, and it says, upon the recommendation of the principal and faculty of Lake City Academy, and by the authority of pretty much anyone, has conferred upon Jeff Heald the degree of finally finished 8th grade, with all the honors and privileges appertaining thereto. In testimony whereof, let's say principal again, has granted this diploma bearing the logo of the institution on this 4th day of June in the year of 2024. So here in a minute, I'm going to present it to you, and we're going to take tons of pictures just like you do with them. The other thing we want to present you with is a trophy here, a memoriam for you. Obviously, you're not dying, but it says, presented to Jeffrey Heald in grateful appreciation of the dedication and service to the students, parents, and faculty at Lake City Academy. Thank you. You will never know the amount of influence you've had on students, parents, and everyone here. We just want to say thank you. It has been an honor and a privilege for you to be here at our school. Thank you.
As Mr. Zimmerman mentioned, 20 years is a long time. I can't even imagine being that old. I've only known Mr. Heald for 2 years here at Lake City, although I do remember at the very beginning of my time working for the Upper Columbia Conference, I thought to myself from across the room, who is the dude with the radical facial hair? And now I know very well, and I have enjoyed my time immensely working with Mr. and Mrs. Heald. Since, as you get older, your memory starts to fade, I thought that it would be good to remember all the classes that you have graduated in your time here. So I've got a thank you for 20 years with all of the 8th graders that he has graduated in his time here to take with him in his next journey.
All right, if you want to take pictures, I'm going to present it to Mr. Heald over here. So. Oh, there you go.
My order got messed up. Oh, there it is. Yay. Oh, Joby, you saved the day. We're back on track now. All right, this was not supposed to be about me, so thank you for keeping that short, because tonight we are about these guys, and our real item of business is to get these kids graduated so that they are done with 8th grade. So I have diplomas to hand out, and families, hold that thought. Oh, well, I fell for it. Okay, well done. All right, families, just so that you know, we're going to work in this order. I have diplomas to present to the students. So I'll start with Colton over here, and we'll work our way to Ellie on the other side. So you have a chance to get ready. We will hold the pose as long as it takes for you to get the perfect shot, okay? It's all about the pictures. We know that. We know what this is, okay? So here we go. Our first graduate of the evening is Colton Shane Wallace Anderson. Jaden Andrew Wold. Yeah. 2 years of this all the time. Okay. Oh, you already have it. There we go. Jameson Stanley Payne. Andrew Patrick Rao. Joby Habulu Todd Stam. Graham Taylor Bird. Lily Bella Fleming. Reef Grayson Comstock Foss. Monica Lindsay Gonzalez. Ranger Wyatt Hervig. Nicholas Scott Smith. Eliana Whalen. All right, and that gets us just about to the end of our program. So before we totally finished, there are a few people that I need to thank who made all of this possible. First and foremost, as always, my wife, Amy. I want to say thank you to Dick and Anita Molstead for boundless advice, encouragement, and food. Thank you to the members of the school board, chaired by Shannon Payne. Thank you to our principal, Doug Zimmerman. Thank you to all the other teachers and staff here at LCA, especially my partner, Jeff Anderson. Thank you for people who helped with the graduation tonight. Shannon Payne, Lisa Anderson, Zetta Stam, all the other parents that helped with decorations. Kate Bird, thanks for the slideshow. Patty Schultz, Sally Meyerholtz, and is it Brendan? Brendan's running the live stream. So thank you all for your help with media and sound. And Carrie Green and the other 7th grade parents who helped with refreshments that are coming up when we're done tonight. Thank you. None of this would have happened without your help. Now I'd like to ask you to bow your head with me for closing prayer. Holy God, we thank you for this class of 2024 and for carrying each of them safely to the end of this school year. This chapter of their lives is closing, and the rest of the story has yet to be written. But we know that you are the great author of the great story, and that you make all things work together for the good of those who love you. So we place their future in your hands. We ask that you guide them and protect them in all things. Bless them and bring them success, that their lives may be dedicated to goodness, justice, mercy, and humility. For your sake, amen. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce to you next year's graduating class of 2025. And for the very last time, Lake City Academy's 8th grade graduating class of 2024. If anybody wants to come up and take pictures with your graduate, please feel free, help yourself. We've also got a little photo op out here as well.